Waiting on you.
Hello.
Hello, everyone here now.
Well, we've had a very eventful last couple of days. One was the lies heard around the nation by Mr. Captain Cankles, Donald Trump.
Hey, it's McTaco Titties, goddammit.
You call him McTaco Titties, I call him Captain Cankles. Captain Cankles McTaco Titties.
Mine sounds better.
And then we had the brainworm himself, RFK Jr., up in the press conference yesterday saying that they are going to outlaw all transgender affirming care for minors. If you're under the age of 18, you can't even get puberty blockers or anything like that. And then we have, which I do believe this kind of started it out. Old brainworm himself said it was going off of the day one executive order that McTaco Tits made. And then Wednesday, you had
hello.
I'm here.
He was going off of. You stopped right then.
All right. He was going off of the executive order that McTaco Tits made, day one on his inauguration day. And then Wednesday, you had Mike Johnson and the MAGA Republicans in the House pass a bill basically saying if you even attempt, if you're a medical provider and if you attempt to prescribe puberty blockers or do gender affirming care on a minor, you're automatically going to be thrown in federal prison for 10 years, huge fines, your medical license pulled, but you're only allowed to do these procedures in extreme emergency cases.
Extreme emergency cases for what? Transgender care?
Yes.
Define emergency.
That's just it. They can't define emergency.
That's because they use the word emergency, because when are you going to find that transgender care is an emergent situation?
Yeah.
I mean, committing suicide because you can't get your dick lobbed off or get a vagina installed or whatever, that's not an emergent case.
Yeah.
Now, before we go any further, I have an announcement because I told you I was going to make it. Well, the reason I was late, because this podcast was supposed to be around 8 and it's closer to 9 now. That's due to me. I had some other stuff to get. And among one of those other things I got is a new puppy.
Oh. What breed is it?
She's a husky lab mix.
Did you get her at that pet place out east?
No,
Nope.
this is from somebody we knew, and it just felt like the right time to get her because if you look at her markings,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all golden and white.
She's like, go back to sleep.
Yeah, I know. The owner, the person who had the puppies, named her Sally, but we're not sure if she's a Sally yet. We haven't clearly settled on a name. But I have a new puppy after 2.5 years of not having an animal at all.
I know.
Yeah, because Magiro won it.
Magera.
Yeah, and then Delilah before that. So I think you deserve a puppy.
Well, I've you got to remember both of those were rescue animals.
Yeah.
And those rescue animals took up what almost 20 years of my life.
Yeah. Like Aaron was
From
9.
from 2006, and then I got her supposedly at 6 months old, but she died when she was like 11. And then I waited 18 months, and then I got Magera, and then it's been 2 years since then. But we got Magera when she was like 3, and she lived to be 9, which for a 95-pound fucking huge dog,
Yeah,
9 years is a whole lot of life.
yeah. So what are some of the things you'd like to break down in McTaco Tits freaking speech the other night?
Do you know that podcasters are, and I wish it weren't true, but I ran across a couple podcasters today who are still having to watch his speech for like a 6th or 7th time. Like he is lying so fast they can't write that fast. There are stenographers who cannot write this fast. One of the podcasters who's a political pundit, just like I am half the time.
Yeah.
She said she had a ticker for every time. Dude, her ticker stopped after 3 minutes. It was a 20-minute speech.
Wow.
Like she couldn't stop clicking it, and she ran out in 3 minutes. How the fuck do you manage to pull off 1,000 lies in 2 minutes in like less than a few minutes?
Well, it is McTaco Tits talking.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, and Miss Ice Barbie, Christy Nome, may be getting replaced as the head of the DHS or secretary of the DHS.
Oh, there's too much to talk about McTaco Titties to even bother with Ice Barbie. I don't even know why the hell you brought that one up. Is that like a side dish, a relish of some sort on the caviar, or what?
Yes, that's a side dish of caviar.
Well, you don't leave with that. You go. We need to still get into the. We still need to get into the fatted whale. So when you were watching it, what were you doing?
I was sitting here eating my Applebee's, watching it and thinking to myself, is this guy really gonna lie throughout the entire 20-minute speech? And then I thought to myself, well, it is McTaco Tits that's talking, so yeah, he's gonna lie throughout the entire thing.
Well, of course he's gonna lie. I mean, this guy literally spewed more lies in his speech. The thing that really that's my message. In case you guys want to know why the noise is coming from my end, it's because Messenger does not have a desktop app anymore. So I have to be logged into Facebook on this laptop, which I finally got done tonight, which is another reason it took a few minutes longer. But I finally got to access my account on Facebook and then access Messenger so I could click on the link to come here.
Yep.
But my Messenger, I'm talking to people while I'm doing this podcast.
Okay.
But we already planned this podcast out. But like I said yesterday and earlier today, I had something to do. I had a damn good reason to not be here on time.
Yeah, you got a poop. Yeah, you got a puppy.
We got the puppy. We had to go all the way to PetSmart which we picked up the puppy from 31st and Meridian, and then had to jet all the way fucking over to Walmart at Kellogg and Greenwich. And then we got to PetSmart over there. We got a new tray for the crate training.
Yeah.
And we got a doggy baggy dispenser. It comes all as one thing. And then we got a clicker, because clicking helps train dogs. Other people swear by whistles. The problem with the whistle is if it's a dog's kind of whistle, it's going to irritate the shit out of me, whereas the clicker won't.
You could always do treat training too.
That in combination with a clicking training, it works, dude. Like I follow Cesar Millan's methodology, and it works really, really, really insanely well. But yeah, the part that really irked me about his speech was when he said we're the most successful that we've ever been, and that Biden was a complete failure, the worst presidential term in history, which isn't true. According to every metric we have, he is the worst president in history. He even managed to beat out Polk and fucking McKinley. You know how low on the poll they are?
Yeah. Don't forget Chester A. Arthur.
Chester A. Arthur at least had something to talk about. Polk was he was a lame duck president. Like, he couldn't do anything when he was in office. And McKinley, the reason McKinley is seen as one of the worst presidents, because he was the cronyistic president right before Teddy Roosevelt. So
hey, look, we got a cronyistic president right now. So
yeah, the bitch is he was cronyistic, meaning he was willing to give them all the sweetheart deals they wanted. Now we've got a president who is a cronyist, and he's one of the people that would fund somebody who could be president as the president.
Yep.
And like the plaques that they put underneath Obama and Biden.
Oh, and it wasn't just Obama and Biden. He put it under. He put plaques under every Democratic president that ever served in the White House.
It hit again. What's up with the buffering thing?
I don't know.
Well, it's on your end. It ain't mine. This ain't my podcast.
But yeah,
your podcast.
Yeah. Caitlin Collins actually walked by the wall of the walk of presidents, and it was like a 1.5-minute video. She showed every single freaking plaque that he put under all the Democratic presidents, and he also put a few under the Republican presidents and like, what was it? Ronald Reagan says he was the great communicator, the great orator. And he was a huge Donald Trump fan, well before Donald Trump ever graced the White House.
Yeah, dude, it's hyperbole.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I have to do a live on my channel, or at least record a video, cut a video for my channel, because of everything that's happened. Just like this, I thought it was a joke when I heard about this Hunger Games thing. And now I'm starting to hear it from more and more of the people that I actually pay attention to politically, because these people aren't trying to earn points. They're trying to help warn everybody.
So what it because I heard like from the Democratic senators that it's going to be like immigrant Hunger Games.
I haven't had a chance to look it up, dude. I've been too busy. It's only started popping up like Tuesday or Wednesday. It started popping up in my universe, and I thought it was a joke. Honestly, I thought it was somebody just being snide or snarky as fuck. And now it's not. Now it's an actual fucking thing. Apparently, it's some actual thing that I haven't had the chance to look up because, well, tonight when my lookup time would have occurred, I was busy taking care of Puppy. Because like after we got Puppy taken care of, we rushed over to a new seafood joint over by our place, and I ate some delicious goddamn catfish.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's literally like a block and a half away. You know where that Aso, the Aso Vietnamese restaurant is?
Yeah.
Right, and it's right on the other side of the pawn shop on that block.
Okay. Cool.
Manawak, whatever. So it's literally right by our house.
Yeah, I'm taking Tamara on our anniversary, which is literally the 6th of next month, and I'm taking her to Cracker Barrel.
Well,
Because
I'm glad you guys like the food there. You won't catch me dead eating there. Like I said, I'm glad you guys are eating there. Happy anniversary in advance, in case I don't say it publicly before that. Good luck at Cracker Barrel. But yeah, have fun there. All I can say about Cracker Barrel is, bleh, damn water. But yeah, you won't catch me. I've eaten at a Cracker Barrel like once, I think maybe twice in my life. And one time I got the biscuits and gravy, which were okay. They weren't like, holy shit, I got to write about this. And the other time I had a chicken fried steak, and that was not a positive experience. Like, I got home 6 hours later after work and threw up.
Wow. Your thoughts on the Susie Wiles freaking Vanity Fair interview, where she basically threw not only her boss, but Pam Bondi and JD Vance under the bus.
Again, it's another dude. I have been that busy.
Well,
Yeah, I've been trying to sort some stuff, like with one of my nieces is trying to get me to help expand her horizons politically, because she doesn't know what or who to trust on the internet as far as political conversations and where to stand on everything.
yeah.
And seeing as how I'm not politically affiliated with Republican or Democrat, I'm middle. I'm independent. So I try to find, I can instantly tell if a news story is slanted. So I avoid that shit. The ones that tell us the information we need, not the information they want us to have, the information we need to have, that's what I pay attention to and say, fuck all the rest of it. The rest of it is partisan politics, just like with the big, beautiful bill that Trump got passed under false pretenses.
Yeah.
And what's sadder is I run into, after we'd already had our little discussion about it,
Yeah.
our little podcast and shit about it, a whole bunch of fucking podcasters popped up saying they looked this up, and then they go look it up. The problem is they're looking the wrong shit up. Like one lady posted, okay, it's he said this person said to look this number up, so we looked that number up. The only problem is the number they showed was one number off of the actual number.
Oh,
so they were looking at the wrong thing to begin with. And you and me, we have a triple check. I don't know about you, but I have a triple check system.
Yeah.
Like, I go there, and then if it sounds more fucked up, I go back and check it. A little more viability. And then the third time, I have my wife look at it, double check the numbers, and then hit enter. And then she tells me whether I got the right number or not. If she judges it all up in the final step, dude, we found what we're looking for, and we don't have to worry about that shit anymore. Like when we're looking up the big, beautiful bill, the 5141 or some shit.
Yeah.
She will check my number work because I went and looked up the numbers, did the digging. She
Yeah.
had to double and triple verify the fact that I had the right numbers entered. And that's how I found out it was for fucking student loans. But all these other people are like, well, we looked this up and we found this. We looked this up and how'd you find that shit? It doesn't exist where you're saying it exists. But these people are trying to get clicks. I don't care about getting clicks. You probably do. I mean, you got more followers than I do.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit about the clicks. I give a crap about providing actual information.
Yep. All right. I want to get into this story really quick.
Oh, God.
House law, this goes with the what Brainworm did yesterday and what Trump did on day one. House lawmakers narrowly approved a bill Wednesday to criminalize transgender treatments such as surgeries and hormonal therapies on minors, with exceptions for rare medical conditions.
What rare medical conditions are we talking about?
Exactly. The Protect Children's Innocence Act, which imposes penalties of fines and up to 10 years in prison against violators, cleared lower chamber in a 216 to 211 vote. Protecting children is not optional; it's our duty. Retiring firebrand Marjorie Taylor Greene declared ahead of the vote. Children are not old enough to vote, drive, or get a tattoo, and they certainly are not old enough to be chemically castrated or permanently mutilated. She added, "This is a common sense. This is good versus evil. Yada yada yada." Under the law, doctors can be charged with a federal crime if they attempt to provide hormonal treatments or surgical interventions on children to make their gender differ from their biological sex. Children who go through so-called gender-affirming care cannot be arrested under the bill. Greene was joined by 45 House Republicans who sponsored the bill. 3 Democrats, Vicente Gonzalez, Don Davis, and Henry Cuellar, voted in favor of it, while 4 Republicans, Mike Kennedy, Brian Fitzpatrick, Gabe Evans, and Mike Lawler, opposed it. If a child believes they're a unicorn, do adults take their word? Do adults take their word for it as well?
It's a straw man or a fallacy argument.
Greene asked on the House floor ahead of the vote. Greene is set to formally resign from the House effective January 5th, 2026. Representative Sarah McBride, the first openly transgender person elected to the House, passionately opposed the bill, recounting how she wished she had undergone transgender treatment as a child. "I was once a kid, and my biggest regret in life that I never got a childhood without pain," McBride said.
I want to know what kind of pain this person is talking about.
I know exactly.
Like, you're saying you grew up in pain because of transgenderism. What pain? Are we talking psychological, emotional, what?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they can't exist, but saying that they're traumatized as a child because they weren't in the right body, you don't know you're in the wrong body for a while. It takes counseling to figure that out.
Yeah.
And not prejudice counseling, literally neutralized counseling to help you figure out what your problems are. And the problem with a lot of counseling nowadays is everybody wants it to be for literally just to confirm what they believe is wrong with them instead of actually finding out what the problem is to begin with. Yep. And that to me says a lot about the medical profession when everybody wants to fish for, they want to go doctor fishing until they find a doctor. Okay, you have this finally. Thank you, doctor. You saved my life. No. The doctor confirmed a bias you have about yourself.
Yep. And it says politicians should never insert themselves into the personal health care decisions of patients, parents, and other providers. And that includes
if they're not politicizing it and they're not trying to turn it into a religious argument, I find no problem with a doctor giving some sound fucking physiological advice. As long as it's put into what they're talking about and not just them spewing, well, God doesn't want you to do that. Your family doesn't want you to do that. God doesn't want you to do that. And we, the politicians, know how to do your body better than you do. If you're going to do that, fuck off.
Yep. And she said that includes trans Americans. Rep Nancy Mace.
Trans American? What the fuck is trans American?
If you're trans, I guess you're a trans American.
That don't make no sense, Cletus.
Yeah, I know. Rep. Nancy Mace, who raised concerns after last year's election that McBride might join her in the women's bathroom or other female-only facilities, railed against critics of the bill. It is obscene. It is disgusting. You're seeing in real time Democrats wanting and defending grooming of children, and it is abhorrent. Mace fumed. There is a lie at the heart of the debate we're having today that I have to correct. No children is born in the wrong body. There are only two sexes, male and female. There are no others. The Protect Children's Innocence Act likely faces an uphill battle in the Senate due to the 60-vote filibuster. And at least 26 states have some type of law on the books restricting doctors from prescribing hormone therapy or performing gender transition surgeries on minors. Back in June, the Supreme Court held up a Tennessee law restricting doctors from giving minors puberty blockers or hormonal treatment to address gender dysphoria.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yep. I understand if it's a minor, like say under the age of 18 or under the age of 16, but at the same time, shouldn't their parents really be handling this type of stuff and not some MAGA sycophantic Republicans up in the House of Representatives?
Are you forgetting who some of these parents are?
Yeah, I know. Trump supporters.
Yeah. Right-wing conservative Christian Republicans. If it ain't in their Bible and their preacher doesn't talk about it, it don't exist.
Yep.
Even though the Bible doesn't talk about being gay at all, doesn't talk about transgenderism at all. Like, half the crap these people are canning up is,
Yep.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever.
Do what now, dear?
It's a travel food container.
Oh, we'll have to look at it here after I get done with this, all right? Okay, go at it.
Ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability.
Nope.
Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people. Many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums.
Yeah, I know.
They were drug dealers, gang members.
We'll keep on letting the video play and not talk about that one at all.
The what?
He said 25 million people.
Yeah. It wasn't 25 million.
How much is 25 million?
Like, fuck.
What's the population of the United States right now?
I'd say 3 billion.
3,
maybe more.
United States, not the world, dumbass. The population of the United States stands somewhere around 326 million or 330 million Americans.
Yeah.
And he's suggesting that 1/7 of the nation is illegal immigrants from insane asylums, prisons, and everything else.
Yeah. Prisons, insane asylums, murderers.
40 million. Apparently, I've just been informed that the population at the moment is 340 million, which is still 25 million is a whole lot, as a whole huge chunk of that.
Yeah.
So our border was open.
When we last heard the reports, do you recall how many illegal immigrants were actually in the country at that point that they knew about?
I'd say maybe about 8 million, 9 million, something like that.
7 to 9 million at the top, and at the very, very top end, it was maybe 11 if you stretched it completely the fuck out.
Yeah.
But that's extreme stretching. We're talking 7 to 9 million illegal immigrants. That's a lot less than 25.
Yeah.
And because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many
Yeah.
who came from prisons and jails,
Nope.
mental institutions, and insane asylums.
Nope.
They were drug dealers, gang members, and
Nope.
even 11,888 murderers.
How
more
did he
than
get that exact
50%
number?
of whom killed more than
Well, if you remember back during the 2020 election, he asked Brad Raffensperger for 11,800 and some odd votes.
He had a lawyer helping him with that.
Yeah.
But that number is so anally specific.
Yeah.
It's like, is that how many they've caught now? Because, yeah, and if we're going to include criminals that were robbing the country blind, don't you have to add one more on there anyway?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why the fuck didn't he throw himself? Oh, because he's not guilty of any crime ever. Let me get a drink before we start this bullshit up again, because I'm going to
Okay.
be saying nope a lot.
Yeah.
Like I told my daughter, who's like 11 going on 12, you can tell how bad it is or how good it is. If I'm saying nope all the time, that means it's a lie. If I'm saying yep or I don't say anything, that means there's something to it. I think I shut up for like maybe, what was it, 25 seconds during that speech.
Yeah.
I paused for two things because he wasn't totally wrong, but he sure as fuck wasn't right.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't get to drink this all day at work. And this is 1.5 liters.
Oh, wow.
And I drank all this since I got home.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I got home like what, not even an hour ago?
Yep.
That's a lot of
one
water.
person.
Oh, yeah. I've been drinking a lot
This
more water,
is what
too.
the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country,
Nope.
and it can never be allowed to happen again.
You're
We have
already
men
allowing
playing
it.
in women's sports, transgender
God.
for everybody, crime at record levels,
Nope.
with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden.
What
We had
in
the
fuck is
worst
he
trade
talking
deals
about?
ever made, and our country was
Wow.
laughed
Back
at
up like 10
from all over
seconds.
the world. Crime at record levels, with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden.
What is he talking
What's
We
he
about?
had
talking
the
about?
worst trade deals ever made, and our
have
country
to
was
go
laughed
back
at
and find
from
out.
all over the world. But they're not laughing country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels, with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the
I think he's
worst
talking
trade
about
deals ever
transgender.
made in our
I think he's talking about the word transgender is absolutely forbidden.
He was talking about law enforcement, though. That makes no sense.
No, well, no, he was talking. He was talking about transgender first, and then he went to then he went to crime, then he went to law enforcement. But he was talking about when he said that word will never be uttered again. Is the word is transgender? He's apparently he's banning the word transgender from ever being uttered again.
Good luck with that bullshit, but I don't think he was talking about that. I
Yeah.
think
country
he
was
kind of
laughed at
skipped
from all.
subjects.
Okay, here.
This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels, with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely
See,
forbidden.
there's no context.
We had
Yeah.
the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was
Nope.
laughed at from all
Nope.
over the world. But they're
Nope.
not laughing anymore.
Yes, they are.
Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington
Nope.
than any administration in American history.
Nope.
There's never been anything like it. And I think
Yeah, there's
most
been
would
better.
agree.
We've had FDR.
I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote
Nope.
and all 7 swing states and
Nope.
everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed
Nope.
the dreams of the American people. For the
Nope.
last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens,
Nope.
career
No, no, no.
criminals,
Who
corporate
fought for all
lobbyists,
those
prisoners,
people?
terrorists,
Who fought
and
for all
above
those rich
all,
motherfuckers?
The what?
Who fought for all those rich motherfuckers?
Him.
The other billionaire who's the president.
Yep.
foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before.
Nope.
They
Nope.
flooded your cities and towns with
Nope.
illegal
Nope.
aliens.
Nope.
They decimated your hard-earned savings. They
Nope.
indoctrinated your children with hate
Nope.
for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never
Nope.
seen to prey on innocent.
Oh, and you didn't release
They caused-
1,600 freaking violent January 6th rioters, you dumbass.
He doesn't consider them violent, even though you know how many of them have gone back to jail?
Yeah, quite a few.
Quite a few, because they fucking committed felonies. I think 16 alone have gone back to jail for soliciting a minor.
Yeah, and the rest are all part of ICE.
Nah, not all of them yet.
War. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now
Yeah.
you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones
Nope.
who make this nation run,
Nope.
who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined.
Yeah, no,
Starting on
we
day
haven't.
one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the
Nope.
past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which
Only the
everyone
thing
said
is
was
action.
absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border?
Okay, I'm done.
He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best.
Yeah,
We're
no.
deporting criminals, restoring safety to our
Okay.
most dangerous cities.
Pause it.
Just take
When he says that we were the laughing stock of the world, and now we're not. Now we're taken seriously. Who have you heard that from at all, other than him, other than his administration? What
No
country
one.
said, yes, we respect the United States now? They're the powerhouse. Who the fuck have you heard say that since McTaco Titties took over?
No one.
Because nobody said it. When he says they respect us, no, they don't. The countries that are kissing your ass and kissing the ring are just afraid because you'll fucking bomb them if they don't kiss your ass.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, because we had 2 servicemen killed over there in Syria. We're now bombing Syria in retaliation for those 2 servicemen being killed. And they've named it Project Hawkeye or Operation Hawkeye because both of the servicemen were from Iowa.
That's kind of like when Trump tried to say that the people that all these domestic terrorists on the street beating people up, which they weren't, were going to get the full extent of the law used against them.
Mm-hmm.
When it turns out one was a Tesla employee who smarted off to somebody who got punched in the face for it.
Yep.
Like, wow, you're going to make that a felony now to attack the employees of Tesla? Talk about cronyism.
You know, and just like that dude in DC that threw a Subway sandwich at an ICE agent, freaking Janine Pirro tried to charge him with a felony. And she
Have
got
you ever listened to
yeah.
Janine Pirro was about as unhinged a day drinker as there's ever been.
Yeah, and
She makes any drunk aunt or uncle sketch on Saturday Night Live look tame.
yeah, and it was super fucking funny to see the jury throw out her freaking felony case, and so she decided to charge him with a misdemeanor. He was found not guilty on the misdemeanor. But one of the jurors says, "I just can't see charging this guy with a misdemeanor for throwing a Subway sandwich at somebody who was in the middle of taking an immigrant child out of a home." And this other jury person says,
Is it assault?
"I give this guy props."
Is it now? Question: Is this a case of assault with a deadly condiment? A deadly salami sandwich?
It was Subway's cold cut sandwich.
So does the salami stand? Does the salami in question stand for? Does this mean he's going to go to prison for aggravated sausaging or overloaded peppering, or is it just all a ham?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can say it's all a ham because of the special prosecutor Janine Pirro. She's all a ham.
It's all a rye.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to ride that delicatessen joke until it's dead. Put some mustard on that bitch and slap him. What are they going to
Look
do?
at Washington.
Strap him in cheesecloth?
Yeah. Hey, here's what the funny part was when he threw the sandwich, that came open, and the ice person got a nice mayo and ketchup smear on his bulletproof vest.
Wow, deadly chemicals, huh? Mayo, the other deadly toxin. Oh, we forgot the cyanide. We didn't forget the mayo. Yeah, I'm
In DC, it's at levels of safety that we've never seen before.
Nope.
And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs levels of safety that we've never seen before, and they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're
you just made a third wall reference or some shit.
Yeah, I'll go back just a little bit.
Turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before.
No, it's not.
And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people.
And we're so proud of it
because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%.
Okay.
Really, there's still Narcans. There are literally Narcan vending machines.
By ocean and by sea. I don't know, unless drug smugglers are coming over on cargo ships now.
Well, they're trying to say those boat strikes without any evidence were hauling drugs.
Yeah,
they showed no proof. They have shown no verifiable proof of. They're just, they're smuggling drugs. Let's bomb them.
Yeah, and apparently a few of the Republican senators are starting to get a little bit pissed off at Drink a Beer Pete Hegseth. Because they're being told that some of the boat strikes or the videos for the boat strikes are going to be left redacted, and they won't be able to see them. And apparently, Pete Hegseth now has this thing with the boat strikes to double tap the boat strikes. If you see somebody alive and swimming or trying to cling onto the boat, you're to circle around and drop another bomb and kill him.
And the officer who initiated the strikes.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't hear?
Yeah, he resigned.
Tells you a lot about that strike, about them strikes, then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because actually, he could be convicted of a war crime.
Yep.
Even though we're not even in wartime yet, and war can only be declared by Congress. He wants to go in and eliminate the Venezuelan president?
Regime change. He wants to do a regime change.
No, he's stated he wants to take him out if he doesn't bow down. And the problem is Congress is now like, you can't go to the Venezuela and start a war there without approval from Congress. So when does Congress grow a backbone, let their balls drop, and decide they're going to stand up and tell him, no, you are now a war criminal, dumbass?
Oh, yeah. Who is it? The UN and the International Court is looking at this dumbass, and the International Court is actually talking about pressing war crime charges against him, McTaco Tits, and Pete Hegseth, and anybody else who is involved with the bombing of these boats, because apparently, according to Maduro, a lot of these boats are fishing boats from Colombia.
Whether they are or not, they do not have a congressional approval for some of these things, which they require.
Yes.
But Trump is saying, to hell with it, I make the rules, you just follow them, and that's not the way it works.
No, it would be super fucking funny to see the International Court slap war crime charges against this dumbass.
And what's he going to do? Declare Mar-a-Lago some kind of asylum place?
No, apparently he's wanting to build this gigantic fucking arch, like kind of like they have over in Paris. The arch that they built welcoming you into the city of Paris.
The Arc de Trump.
Yes, he wants to build. Yeah, he wants to build that, and to welcome you into Washington D.C. See a big old golden statue of his dumbass.
Well, they also have stated that building this great, grand, big ballroom that he wants clad in gold, it will not be done until his last year in office right now.
Yes, and apparently he slipped up today, during one of his little press conferences. Melania is furious at him for tearing down the East Wing, because that was her favorite wing to spend time in, and he tore it down. So now Melania is very pissed off at him because he tore down the East Wing, and the way she put it, you tore down something that's not even yours.
Okay, on that same thread, he also got the Kennedy Center co-named after himself.
Now, do you know why? Everyone on the board of Kennedy Center is basically every he's got freaking not Laura Ingraham on the board. He's got that freaking Pam Bondi on the board. He has Susie Wiles on the board. Everybody's in his administration is on the board of the Kennedy Center to get that done.
Yeah, well, that's after he took over the board, made himself president of it, and then installed his own sycophants on the board. And right now, their ticket sales are in the toilet. Right now, their ticket sales are 25%. That's it. It's
Wow.
before he took it over. They had they had a booking capacity where everything was taken up
Mhm.
to 90%. Now it's to 25%. Everybody who had tickets to stuff
Canceled.
to do a Hamilton there, and Lin-Manuel Miranda's like, "Yep, no, not having anything to do with it. We're canceling the show. We hadn't committed to anything yet, so we're not going to do that." And that's the end of it. And yeah, after that, their ticket sales started plummeting.
Yeah, Trump thinks he's so popular, when he's actually so fucking hated.
He does not care. He thinks because he's a president, he should be lauded and fawned over. That's not my fucking problem. And
We
yeah,
have
as far as he goes, I'm like, really? So we've got a bunch of dumbasses who voted for him, and now half of them are crying because they can't get stuff like health coverage. I got a friend who pays so much. She pays like $50 a month for
Yeah.
health coverage. It jumped up when he got into office, and I told her, it's like, wait till the first of the year. You think $50 is a lot? It's going to be nothing compared to what it's going to cost after the first of the year.
Yeah, because Mike Johnson is refusing, absolutely refusing to even vote on the ACA subsidies, because according to Mike Johnson, MAGA Mike Johnson, why would I hold a vote for the lame duck President Obama's Unaffordable Health Care Act?
Yeah, well, it doesn't help that he's already covered by government health care.
Yes, and apparently today, 4 Republicans sided with what's his name, Hakeem Jeffries, to force a vote on the affordable health care subsidies. Which kind of, I guess, apparently pissed MAGA Mike Johnson off, because
The biggest mess up was the Democrats who decided that the government needed to be reopened, and they were given a handshake promise, much like the handshake promise that Ray Kroc gave the McDonald brothers when he took over McDonald's. It was a handshake, and they just, we're not going to do that now. And now the Democrats are like, we need to push a vote. You lost all your momentum when your people went to the other side and decided to deal to open the government back up. That's where you lost all of your leverage.
Yeah, and when Mike Johnson found out the 4 Republicans jumped ship to the Democratic side to force a vote, what Mike Johnson did was told everybody, we're going home early for the holidays. The House is closed until the new year.
Well, the plan being for the government shutdown was to shut down. That way they couldn't vote on anything except for the government opening up. Once the government is open, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. We can somehow keep the government open. And I don't see the Democrats who sided with the Republicans to open the government being voted back in. I see them being primaried the fuck out of office because they don't need to be there. If they can't make the Republicans bleed for what America needs to have, why the fuck are they there? They're not representing. At that point, they're kowtowing and pulling along political lines just to have a paycheck. They're getting paid even though the government was shut down.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, on the 3rd of January, we have another bill coming up to fund the government.
Yeah, the problem is the shutdown before the holidays was the critical one. Every time that first critical one comes up, it goes for so long, and then people give in. And then when we start talking about the same issues that we had before, we don't need to address this. We can address it later. No, it's for a lot of Republicans that are not Republicans. They want to kick the can further on down.
Yep. And
They want to avoid responsibility and instead just push their own agenda. They don't give a damn about what America as a whole needs. They only care about what their exact constituents and special interest groups that fund them want.
yes, and Mike Johnson has already stated that when it comes to the looming he calls it the looming shutdown over the new bill. He said he is well within his power to keep the House out of session for as long as it takes. He said they thought 8 weeks was long. He goes, I could keep the House out of session for 3 months or until the next election.
Next election. What's he talking about? The
2026. Yeah, midterms. Yeah.
No, he can't because they actually have to be doing their jobs to get paid. See, I personally believe that if Republicans are willing to go this extreme, okay, when the government shuts down, your benefits check, all of your pay ends.
Even Rick Scott, I was going to say, even
Yep.
Rick Scott of Florida, it was trying to get a bill passed to where because the government being shut down, he thought that they shouldn't be getting paid. The senators and the congressmen.
Even Lindsey Graham, who you would think would be fucking have his tongue so far up Trump's ass he can taste his colon. You would think at that point that when Lindsey Graham is saying we don't need to get paid if nobody else is getting paid, then fucking do it.
Yeah.
Hold their paychecks. Don't let them collect any money. If their house payment is late, they lose their house. Hey, you're the people not doing your jobs.
Yep.
You're there to represent the people, not special interests, not party line political agendas. You're there to represent the American people, not just this hardcore redlining Republican agenda that says that we need to bleed everybody of what they have.
Yeah.
But and honestly, that's what Congress is supposed to do: is stand up for the people against shit like this, against this tyrannical, almost militant MAGA Republican movement that needs to end. But Trump thinks he's doing the best job in the world. Somebody's telling him he's doing the best job.
I think it's his inner circle, like Susie Wilds and freaking Russell Vogt, who was the chief architect of Project 2025, and Stephen Miller, who's his policy advisor. I think it's those sycophants there in the White House with him, is basically pumping his ego up. Oh, you're the best boss. You're doing really good, and da da da. Yeah. I think they all need to have their tongues cut out.
Well, I think that Congress needs to do their damn job for the American people instead of doing a job on the American people.
Yep.
The Democrats, honestly, right now, I think the Democrats need a core leader. And do I think Chuck Schumer is that person?
No.
I think he's the old idealist. Do I think Hakeem Jeffries could do it? Yes, but he needs to stop being so
wishy-washy.
I was gonna say he needs to be a little less party line political and concentrate on what America needs to have happen, not what their agenda is.
Yeah.
Is this good for all Americans? But
No.
Congress is not looking at that at all like that in any situation here.
Now, what about AOC?
You want to turn on the TV? What about I don't see AOC as being a full-on leader. Somebody who's a barking dog for the American public, sure, I'll grant you that.
Yeah.
But as far as being like the head, the spearhead figure of the Democratic Party, I don't see that from her. At least not yet.
What about Gavin Newsom?
I see him as possibly a front runner, but he has to step his game up. He
Yeah,
can't be wishy-washy about everything. It's got to be he needs to make some decisions and stick to what he thinks the country needs, and not like Trump. Trump is concerned only about what rich people want and need.
Yeah, according to Susie Wilds, um, during the midterms, they're floating an idea of either having Trump on the campaign trail, but like a couple of days before the midterms, or to get the MAGA Republicans to vote, putting his name on the ballot. Because he clearly does not want to lose the House or the Senate in the midterms because he knows his days are numbered.
Well, when it comes, I mean, who do you think should be leading? Who do you think should try to step up and be a front runner to the Democratic Party right now?
I would say, Gavin Newsom, or maybe not, if not Gavin Newsom, Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania,
Okay, now why
or Buttigieg.
now why are you saying Shapiro?
Because he's very no nonsense, and he speaks very eloquently when he's on the mic and when he's on the campaign trail. What's her name? Kamala Harris said that she was originally going to pick Shapiro or Buttigieg, and she said the reason why she didn't pick Pete Buttigieg was that she was afraid that America wouldn't be ready for a gay vice president.
I think America as a whole would actually do a lot better considering. Have you heard this motherfucker talk?
Who, Buttigieg? Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when you're listening to him talk, what do you personally get from him? Not me, not my opinion. What do you think about when he's talking?
Well, when he's talking, he kind of reminds me almost of a young John F. Kennedy Jr. Not Jr., John F. Kennedy or JFK. Because he talks really well, and when he talks, people listen. So if I would have to put him up against like stand him side by side with anybody, he would remind me either of JFK or a FDR.
Now, see, when I hear Buttigieg speak, I hear a lot of Obama, a lot of eloquence, a lot of language that people may not always understand, but they fucking gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
But I also see him having the calming effect of FDR in like a fireside chat on the radio.
Yeah.
Because have you ever listened to the fireside chats?
Yeah.
They're like listening to Mr. Rogers in prime time. You want to just cuddle up with it. You want to cuddle it up you want to make it into a blanket and just cuddle with it.
Yeah, I listened to one of FDR's fireside chats last night, and it put me to sleep.
Yeah, it's that comforting. It relaxes you. It doesn't inflame you.
Yeah.
And that's what we should want from our leaders, is that ability to calm you to the point of, okay, I can relax around this guy. This guy is smarter than me. And yes, our president as a whole should be smarter than most of the Americans, which obviously Sweet Potato Hitler is not. He's dumber than most Americans.
Yeah.
Buttigieg, like when Buttigieg is arguing somebody who diametrically opposes what he says, have you ever seen him get into a debate with somebody?
Yeah, and he was always very professional during the
Very
debates.
professional, very calm, had a nice, even demeanor. And
Yeah.
then when the conversation is done, when they're done debating, what does he do that ultimately marks a sign of a good debater?
Shakes his hand.
Shakes their hand and says thank you.
Yeah.
Whereas Trump does nothing of the sort. He just insults, 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 shouts, insults some more, and then, well, fuck off. The man can't
Yeah.
debate to save his ass. But I'm gonna have to cut this short because I got to get some other stuff done now. Plus, I got to post pictures of my dog. So,
All right. You have a good night, man.
yep, have fun and stay thirsty, my friends. Oh, get off.